Hi everyone, this is a hair cutting tutorial for naturals. I'm not going to cut my hair in this video. I've already cut it, and this is the style that I've cut my hair into. You can check my previous length check video to see how my hair looked before. But I think that cutting an afro is an art form. It is an art form. And a lot of people think that you take your afro and you just shave it up into a shape and that's how you do it. Well, that works with a short afro, but with a long afro like mine, not so much. Because this hair here doesn't really naturally stay up here. Well, it's staying up there now, but I mean, if I don't cut it right, it could do that. And that's not a diva afro. A diva afro is where you have that height, at least 3 inches at the top of fro, and fullness all around. So I'm just going to get into it. Woo. Now my hair was styled into my fro. It's not the natural shape of hair this long. So the first thing you need to know is that to have a diva fro, you need to have relatively long hair, not layers. My hair looks layered, but I've cut out a substantial amount of layers. From the sides here, this hair is all the same length. Now, and then in the middle here, takes a little minute to get through my hair with a comb. I can't just comb it right out, so I'm having to do a little work here to show this to you. From the middle here, all of this hair is chin length. So this hair is chin length. And what I did was I took the hair, ow, over to both sides. I still have a bit of a tangle there that I'm combing out. Still got one. Okay. On freshly blow-dried hair, I don't have a flat iron, so I couldn't flat iron it and get more precise. And I cut it to chin length on both sides. So if I comb it over this way, this is the middle of my hair. If I comb it over this way and it's blow-dried, it's chin length on this side and it's chin length on this side. And that chin length hair is what gives me the top of my fro. Now, ironically, I had a spot back here that was very short because, not that it was the hair that broke off. I actually, if you watched any of my other videos, have had scalp problems. So I grew my hair back from balding from a condition called areata alopecia. So I can't find my short piece of hair now, but there is a very short piece of 3-inch hair somewhere in here. I might have got it there. Yeah, there it is. So this 3-inch piece of hair here, you don't see it. And I wouldn't advise anybody else to do this, but I'm just telling you that this is here because this piece of hair actually pushes up the balance of my fro. So this little piece of hair here that when it coils up, just imagine when it coils up, it's kind of doing this and holding that hair up. So that's a little trick that growing back the bald spot got me. And all of this hair here is very close to the the same length. There is probably only an inch of difference in the length of hair here, and I just couldn't bear to cut my hair any shorter, but I will. This hair is reaching collarbone, and I think my longest layer all around is, okay, a little past the collarbone when I pull it down. So all around this hair, the majority of it is an inch past collarbone. That's where I cut it to. And there were a few pieces here and there that are above collarbone. So all in all, to have this sort of fro, you have to trim your hair. You have to trim out your layers to have a diva fro. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I'm going to show you my cutting technique without recutting my hair, although I have no problem cutting hair, I'll tell you that right now. I always have problems with, I'll start in the back, because that's where I started my cut. Okay, so you see this hair here. This is called a guide. So I decided that whatever length I could get out of this hair here, which is the hair in my nape, would be the guide for my cut. And when I cut the sides, I was going to cut them to the same point. So, pardon me, my phone is ringing. So you'll just have to deal with that because I don't want to stop my video. So I took this hair, and it was straighter because my hair reverts right away. And I'm using, I'll show you this here. Clip my hair like with my hands, like my hands are a scissor. And then I hold it until just the amount of hair that I want to cut is there. Not much hair now, but let me just hold it where a little bit more. It's at the... Okay, so you see that hair there in my hands? That would be what I would cut. And because I'm holding the hair in my hands, it's all at the same length. So then I take my scissors and I clip there. And that's my layer that I go from. Then I add it here. Now, I'm not going to disturb that lower layer there yet. I'm going to check to see if this layer is long enough for me to cut it. And it's as you can see, it's the same length. So then I take this layer here and I combined it with the previous layer. When I get, now I have the ability to feel the thickness of my hair. When I get to the point where the hair is not thick anymore, I know that I've surpassed the previous layer. Now right now my hair's thick, so if I were cutting my hair, that would be all I would cut off right there. And that's my technique. In the middle, over to the side, trying to get this all done in 10 minutes. Over to the side here, and I do the same thing. I pull the hair down with my fingers, keeping them even. And if I were cutting, but I'm not doing any more cutting, if I were taking out any more, I would cut the hair that is below the thickness. Simple as that. That's how I cut my hair. And you see the middle here is giving me my fullness in the crown. You're like, well, all this hair is the same length. How does that work? Well, I take my fingers here and pull that hair up. So now, even though this hair is the same length, since it's pulled up to here, that creates the effect of layers without actually having them. And it makes my fro look fuller and thicker. Well, as you can see, that kind of pulled my fro out some. Now, I don't use a pick because although a pick will give you precise styling, natural hair breaks very easily. And so every time you pick it, you end up picking out some hair. So I'm not about to do that. So because I'm on a growth journey. But that's how you get this style. So if you have any questions or comments about how you do it, loving my fro, loving my fro. That's how it's done. See the fingers? That's it. And you can see the spot in the middle that's a little bit shorter. You can see it. It looks like a hole kind of. But as your hair gets longer, you gotta have a few tricks in order to wear this style. I don't have any wax in my hair right now, and I don't have any hairspray in my hair. You could use hairspray when your hair gets longer too. So that's how you get this cut. I want to put this warning in there for the diva cut, for the diva afro cut. Do not get your hair cut like this in layers. It's not going to look thick like this if you have a whole bunch of layers. If I were to have a whole bunch of layers, when I pull my hair into the fro shape, the layers are going to have an even more layered effect, and it's going to look more like this, which is not, to me, a diva look. I want the big, full, lush fro like that. And I'm growing this puppy out this year so that I can end the year with an even thicker, lusher fro by cutting out the layers. Hope this helped anybody out there who is interested in rocking this full, massive afro to understand cutting is important. Styling is important. It's not just grow hair. We want to grow hair and we want to look good with that grown hair. So cutting that hair into a style is important. Now I can enjoy my hair growth journey now because I know my hair, this is hard for me to say, it's just hard for me to say, but my hair looks good. And considering where I've come from and what I've been going through, I'm in shock. Happy hair cutting on your growth journey.